Doctors warn. This is why many elderly people won't live past 80. Advice from old people. A life-changing secret awaits you. Have you ever looked at someone in their 80s, radiating vitality, sharp as a tack, and wondered what's their secret? Why do some men stride into their golden years with strength and joy, while others fade far too soon? The answer isn't locked in your genes or hidden in a pricey pill. It's closer than you think, and it's something society rarely talks about. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a truth that could transform your life. Your sexual health is a cornerstone of longevity. Yes, you read that right. The spark of intimacy, whether with a partner or through self-discovery, holds the power to keep your body strong, your mind sharp, and your spirit alive well into your 80s and beyond. This isn't just another health tip. It's a revelation that could redefine how you age. So, grab a comfortable seat, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's dive into a topic that's been hushed for too long. If you're ready to unlock the secrets to thriving past 80, stick with us until the end. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a life-changing tip like this one. Let's get started. What's the one habit most men over 65 overlook that could add years to their life? Keep reading. You'll be stunned by what science reveals. Part 1. Why some men thrive while others fade. Two men, both in their late 70s, living in the same small town. One, let's call him John, wakes up each morning with a spring in his step. He's out walking his dog, cracking jokes with neighbors, and planning his next fishing trip. His eyes sparkle with purpose. The other, Tom, struggles to get out of bed. His joints ache, his memory feels foggy, and the world seems to have lost its color. What separates these two men? Is it just luck, or is there a hidden factor at play? The truth might surprise you. Sexual health is a game changer for aging well. For too long, society has whispered that intimacy fades with age, as if it's a light switch that flips off at 65. But science begs to differ. Research shows that men who stay sexually active, whether through partnered intimacy or self-pleasure, tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Why? Because sexual health isn't just about pleasure. It's a vital cog in the machinery of your body and mind. When you neglect this part of your life, it's like letting a car engine rust. Your body responds with a cascade of changes. Testosterone levels drop, muscles weaken, bones lose density, and your heart struggles to keep up. Even your brain feels the impact. Without the rush of hormones like oxytocin and dopamine, stress creeps in and cognitive decline accelerates. But here's the good news. You have the power to change this. By embracing your sexual health, you can keep your engine running smoothly, defying the stereotypes of aging. What if the key to feeling 20 years younger was already within you? Let's explore why this matters so much. The science behind sexual health and aging. Let's break it down. Sexual activity does more than spark joy. It's a biological booster shot. When you engage in intimacy, your body releases a cocktail of hormones that act like a fountain of youth. Testosterone, the hormone that fuels strength and energy, stays steadier with regular sexual activity. A 2016 study from the University of California found that men over 60 who maintained an active sexual life had testosterone levels comparable to men 10 to 15 years younger. That's not just a number. It translates to stronger muscles, denser bones, and a metabolism that keeps humming. Then there's the heart. Sexual activity gets your blood pumping, literally. A landmark study from the University of Finland tracked 1,000 men over a decade and found that those who were sexually active at least twice a week had a 50% lower risk of heart disease compared to those who weren't. It's like giving your cardiovascular system a gentle workout, keeping arteries flexible and blood pressure in check. And don't forget your brain. Every time you engage in sexual activity, your brain lights up with oxytocin and dopamine, hormones that reduce stress and boost mood. A 2018 study from the Journal of Gerontology linked regular sexual activity to better memory retention and a 30% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease in men over 65. It's as if intimacy is a gym for your brain, keeping neural pathways sharp and resilient. Could something as simple as staying intimate keep your heart and mine young? The evidence says yes. A real-life example, Frank's story. Meet Frank, a 72-year-old retiree from Texas. 5 years ago, Frank felt like he was running on empty. His energy was low, his mood was flat, and he'd started to withdraw from his wife, Sarah. He thought it was just part of getting old. But after a candid talk with his doctor, Frank learned that his lack of intimacy was more than just a personal choice. It was affecting his health. With Sarah's support, he began to reconnect with his body through small, mindful steps. A romantic dinner here, a gentle touch there. Over time, Frank noticed changes. His energy returned, his confidence soared, and he even started gardening again, a hobby he'd abandoned years ago. Today, Frank and Sarah are closer than ever, and he feels like he's living, not just existing. Frank's story isn't unique. Across the country, men like him are discovering that sexual health isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. But what happens when you let it slip away? Let's dive deeper. Part 2. The hidden dangers of neglecting sexual health. What happens when you turn your back on a vital part of your humanity? It's easy to think that slowing down sexually is just what happens as you age. Society doesn't help. Ads for anti-aging creams and gym memberships flood our screens, but rarely do we hear about the power of intimacy. Yet, neglecting this part of your life can set off a domino effect that accelerates aging in ways you might not expect. The physical toll. When you step away from sexual activity, your body notices. Testosterone levels begin to plummet, and with them, your strength and vitality. A 2020 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who stopped engaging in sexual activity after age 60 experienced a 20% faster decline in muscle mass compared to their active peers. Bones, too, take a hit. Low testosterone increases the risk of osteoporosis, making fractures more likely. Your heart feels the impact as well. Without the cardiovascular boost of sexual activity, blood flow slows and arteries stiffen. The American Heart Association notes that men who abstain from sexual activity have a 30% higher risk of hypertension. Even your prostate suffers. Regular ejaculation has been shown to flush toxins from the prostate gland, reducing the risk of cancer by up to 33%, according to a 2016 Harvard study. The mental and emotional cost. The effects aren't just physical. Your brain thrives on the hormones released during intimacy. Without them, stress hormones like cortisol take over, clouding your mood and memory. A 2019 study from the University of Chicago found that men over 65 who were sexually inactive reported higher rates of depression and anxiety than those who stayed active. It's as if your brain, starved of connection, begins to dim. Then there's the emotional toll. For many men, withdrawing from intimacy feels like losing a part of themselves. You might start to feel disconnected, not just from your partner, but from your own sense of identity. Shame or embarrassment, often fueled by societal taboos, can make it worse, locking you in a cycle of isolation. What if you could break free from this cycle and reclaim your vitality? Let's see how. A story of regret. Tom's wake-up call. Tom, the man we mentioned earlier, learned this the hard way. At 68, he'd convinced himself that intimacy was behind him. He stopped pursuing it, thinking it was inappropriate for his age. But over time, he noticed changes. His energy faded, his mood soured, and he felt distant from his wife, Linda. It wasn't until a health scare, a mild heart attack at 70, that Tom realized he'd been neglecting more than just his sex life. His doctor explained that his lack of intimacy was contributing to his declining health. Determined to turn things around, Tom started small, with open conversations and gentle steps toward reconnection. Today, he's not just healthier, he's happier, and his marriage is stronger than ever. Tom's story is a wake-up call. The good news? It's never too late to change course. Part 3. The incredible benefits of staying sexually active. What if intimacy could be your secret weapon for a longer, healthier life? The benefits of staying sexually active go far beyond the bedroom. From your heart to your brain to your soul, intimacy is a powerful tool for thriving in your golden years. Let's explore why. A stronger heart. Every time you engage in sexual activity, your heart gets a workout. It's not just about the physical exertion. Intimacy increases blood flow, keeping your arteries flexible and your blood pressure in check. A 2021 study from the American College of Cardiology found that men over 65 who were sexually active at least once a week had a 40% lower risk of stroke compared to those who weren't. Think of it as a cardio session that's a lot more fun than a treadmill. A sharper mind. Your brain loves intimacy as much as your heart does. The rush of oxytocin and dopamine during sexual activity acts like a natural antidepressant, reducing stress and boosting mood. A 2020 study from the University of California, Los Angeles, found that sexually active men over 70 scored 25% higher on cognitive tests than their inactive peers. These hormones also promote neuroplasticity, helping your brain form new connections and stay sharp. It's like a mental gym session, keeping dementia at bay. A healthier body. Sexual activity keeps your hormones in balance. Regular intimacy helps maintain testosterone levels, which support muscle mass, bone density, and energy. A 2017 study in the Journal of Endocrinology noted that men who stayed sexually active into their 70s had a 15% lower risk of osteoporosis. And that prostate benefit? It's real. Frequent ejaculation, at least 21 times a month, has been linked to a 33% lower risk of prostate cancer, per the Harvard study mentioned earlier. A happier soul. Perhaps the most profound benefit is emotional. Intimacy fosters connection, whether with a partner or yourself. It's a reminder that you're alive, vibrant, and worthy of pleasure. Men who stay sexually active report higher self-esteem and lower rates of loneliness, according to a 2019 survey by AARP. It's not just about physical release, it's about feeling seen and alive. Can you imagine feeling more connected, vibrant, and alive at 80? Let's talk about how to make that happen. A success story, Robert's Renaissance. Robert, a 75-year-old from Florida, thought his best days were behind him. After losing his wife of 40 years, he felt isolated and uninspired. But a chance encounter at a senior center introduced him to Maria, a vibrant 70-year-old who believed in living life fully. Their friendship blossomed into a gentle romance, and Robert rediscovered the joy of intimacy. It wasn't just about physical connection. Holding hands, sharing laughter, and feeling desired reignited his zest for life. Today, Robert is an active volunteer, a regular at dance classes, and proof that intimacy can spark a renaissance at any age. Part 4. Common myths that hold you back. What's stopping you from embracing this vital part of your life? For many men over 65, the biggest barrier isn't biology, it's belief. Misconceptions about aging and sexuality create invisible walls, keeping you from the health and joy you deserve. Let's debunk the myths that hold you back. Myth 1. Sexual desire fades with age. You've probably heard it. It's normal to lose interest as you get older. Wrong. While the intensity of libido may shift, the need for connection and pleasure is wired into your biology. A 2020 AARP survey found that 70% of men over 65 still desired intimacy, whether with a partner or alone. The key is adapting to your body's changes, not giving up. Myth 2. It's all about erections. Many men think that if erections aren't what they used to be, their sex life is over. Not true. Sexuality is about sensation, connection, and joy, not just penetration. From gentle touch to emotional intimacy, there are countless ways to experience pleasure. A 2018 study in the Journal of Sexual Research found that men who embraced non-penetrative intimacy reported higher life satisfaction than those fixated on erections. Myth 3. Abstinence saves energy. Some believe that avoiding sexual activity preserves vitality. This outdated idea has no basis in science. In fact, regular intimacy boosts energy by supporting hormone production and reducing stress. A 2019 study in the Journal of Geriatric Psychology found that sexually active men over 70 reported 20% higher energy levels than their inactive peers. Myth 4. It's inappropriate at your age. Society often paints older adults as past their prime, But that's nonsense. Intimacy is a human need, not a privilege reserved for the young. A 2021 survey by the National Institute on Aging found that 60% of men over 75 still engaged in some form of sexual activity, and they were happier for it. What myths have held you back? Let's break those barriers and reclaim your vitality.